What's going on? Low Buck Prepper here, and I know it's been a little while, but with Prepper Stock, fell a little behind, but coming back with a bang on the interviews. I was honored when this gentleman, I say that very loosely, said that he would be willing to be interviewed. So everybody, I'd like to welcome Brooklyn Prepper. What's going on, buddy?
What's up, everybody? How you doing, Low Buck? Thanks for the interview. Hey, you know, you're my buddy anytime.
Well, I appreciate it, man.
It's all mine.
I appreciate it when you threw that out there. I mean, I know we're buddies and, we talk now and again, but, I got to be honest here, and not to be sucked in your ass or anything like that, but there's 3 channels that really got me into prepping, and that's Brooklyn Prepper, Beast12101, and you. And I was watching you 3 long before I ever even started prepping. And you guys are the one, I mean, people know my story, how I got into prepping, but it's you guys that really turned me from that whole just wanting to get out and learn how to build cabins and get away from things to trying to make life better or sustainable the way I'm living now. And so I got to thank you for that. So it's an honor to sit here and interview you.
You know, when I just first started doing the videos and everything, I started off just like you, I was at home and I was basically watching the same guys that you watched that influenced you, like Yankee Prepper and, and all the other good guys out there. But, it's the same thing. I sat around, I said to myself, I do this, so let me start making a YouTube channel. It seems like fun, right? So when I first started, like you guys, everybody out there who starts, you start off slow, you're starting to do good until you start getting used to it. And what surprised me, it wasn't about doing the videos anymore. It wasn't about doing these prepping videos anymore. I started meeting a ton of friends.
Yeah.
Like you, I met you, great guy, I'm an East Coast prepper. I just met a lot of friends in this community. And and to this day, I meet new friends every day. Like I meet AJ Prepper, Hillbilly in the Bush,
Two good
Prepper.
people.
I've been talking with these guys, right? So basically, doing the videos was a fun thing for me to do, but I didn't realize how it was going to affect my life, basically. Because basically, this became sort of part of my life now. It was pretty crazy. I was like, wow. I was like, I got a good feeling when I meet new people, and every time I put a video out and I get these great comments and everything, and some of them really heart-touching, some of the comments, some of the PMs and everything. And that alone, it was like, wow, this YouTube scene is great. YouTube within itself, the little changes they're making and all that, a lot of us bitch about it, but still, it's a free service, right? We can bitch all we want and everything, we just got to get used to it. Am I going to run away from YouTube? I would love to, but it's a good format. After all, it's still the best out there.
Yeah, there's nothing else that compares. Nothing else that compares. And getting back to what you're talking about as far as start making videos and then start meeting people, when I first started this, I thought, well, it's just going to, maybe Brooklyn will answer one of my questions or something like that, or Yankee will answer me if I've got a legitimate channel.
Same way too, brother. Same thing with me. I would say, oh, and it was like an honor for one of these people to answer me. But then we find out it's not even like an honor anymore. It is an honor to talk to some of these men, right? But then again, then you find out they're regular guys just like yourself. And, they're here for the same reason you're here for, is to help other people, And
it would, if you told me, when I first started thinking about making videos, that you're not going to believe the friends you're going to make. You're going to make friends you honestly consider brothers. SoCal Prepper. I always point him out because I truly consider him.
That guy.
Oh, he's great. I truly consider him a brother. And I would have laughed at you if you just said that online. Really?
Yeah, me too. I tell you, Low Buck, I felt the same way. If I was like, yeah, really, there's a bunch of wackos and weirdos out there online and everything. Right? Yeah. Hey, there are wackos and weirdos, there's me and you.
I was just going to say, you're talking to one.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. But there are, you got a whole different personality. But you say, I would say, this is my judgment, 99% of the people that I come across, or even sub to my channel, are great people. You
You
know,
know,
great
I,
people with same similar problems that I have in everyday life too.
I think that transcends, wow, transcends. It deserves a
That's a
drink.
big word.
I know.
Yeah,
Real
thank
life.
you.
I mean, your general public, I think the 99% of the people you meet, depending on circumstances, are good people. But it's that 1% that kind of brings us all down. And,
Yeah, you know, there's an asshole in every bunch. You know what I'm saying?
absolutely.
Even amongst my close friends, there's always somebody always causing trouble. You know.
Yeah, same as,
But the
I kind
difference
of,
is that you could smack the guy next to you. You know,
yeah,
you
yeah,
can't smack
exactly.
the asshole on or the troll on YouTube.
True,
You know?
true. And that's why you get the trolls, because they know that you can't reach through the screen and grab them.
Yeah. And I
And
tell you,
that's,
when you started doing your videos and everything, I started watching more and more of them, man. Your channel has grown, and I love watching your stuff. And it seems like I watch a lot of videos, you know, and I don't comment a lot on videos. You know, like I like everybody to know that I don't comment a lot on videos because I basically watch a lot of them on my iPad or when I'm on the go or in my car. You know, so it's a little complicated typing and everything on the iPad. But I do watch a lot of great guys, and every time I watch your videos, I always get a good smile and get a good laugh. I feel like, you know, it's not doom and gloom, and it's not, you know, it's just normal guys out there doing the right thing, you know?
well, I appreciate that. And that's what I try. And that kind of brings up the subject I wanted to talk about. I watch as many videos of yours as I can. And I'm sure you're subbed to quite a few people. And when you get subbed to a lot of people like that,
Yeah.
you miss a lot of videos because of that one screen where they just drop off.
Yeah.
And so knowing that, and then with being at Prepper Stock this last week, I knew I'd missed a bunch of
I wish,
videos.
man, I watched some of the videos of you guys. Man, I wish I was there. You
We
know,
got a
I
blast.
gotta, you know, somehow we gotta try to make it a midway thing for everybody to meet up. But I'm telling
I'm
you,
working on it.
I'm going there, and I'm coming there, and I'm bringing my party hat, brother.
Right
We're gonna
on.
rock. We'll rock any place, you know.
I'm
But
working
that
on
was
one
a great
more
time. It
mid-country.
was a good time.
It
You
was a
know.
blast. And the best part was, meeting these guys that I already consider friends, although I've never shook their hand. Indy Cooey, God, Modoc, all these guys. I mean, there was a lot of people.
What a wonderful guy, man. I like that guy. I would love to sit down in person with him one day and just have a conversation.
You
You
would
know,
be double impressed with him once you sat
I
down
can
with him.
imagine because you know what, like you're talking about your PNs that makes you feel your heart feel warm.
Yeah.
It's just the other day out of nowhere, he just dropped me a PM and he's just like, "Hey brother, I just wanted to see how you're doing. You know, I haven't seen a video lately and stuff like that." And that alone makes you feel like, wow, man, people do really care what you're doing and how you are.
Yeah.
You know, and he sent me that PM, and I hope you don't mind me saying it, but
Hell no.
I thank you for sending that. It makes you feel good. You know, it really does.
And to have actually, I mean, I feel honored to have sat down with a guy and have a few drinks, and he's a hell of a cook, and the coffee was always ready when I woke up.
Yeah.
He's a nice guy, very respectful. He enjoyed my wife, just all around more than I could have expected. Same with Neil, Indy Cooey. Now, I am Ramro. That's another story. I've already camped with him and partied with him, so I already knew he was going to be a problem. But
And he shot you.
yeah, and some bitch shot me.
Hey, what good friend is that? Somebody to shoot you.
He
You
did.
know?
I didn't even have to ask him twice.
I tell you the truth. If you would have put me behind the gun, I wouldn't have been able to do it. I couldn't do it. You know.
A lot of people couldn't. SoCal wouldn't even go out there. He wouldn't even go with us.
I would have been with SoCal. I don't think I would have been able to go out there. You know.
Yeah.
But
Well,
that's gutsy, you know, and I can see your point. I can see your point. You're trying to really educate yourself on things that are less than legal. So I totally see your point. So I read some of your comments, and some of the people like, said, you shouldn't really be doing this and everything, but you're a big boy. You know what you're doing. Right?
yeah, I had the vest over my throat, and I get other comments where they're like, "Well, try this." The pepper spray balls filled with pepper spray. It's like, well, I've already tried pepper spray 3 times. And now I've tried the shotgun. I don't need to combine the two because I know both of them suck. So
how about when we get together, we try something new? It involves a car battery and your nipples.
well, at least that's better than what Yankee.
We'll see how that goes.
That's better than what Yankee wanted to taser to the balls. That's not
there
happening.
You go.
But the next one I want to do is a taser. But those things are expensive, and I know a lot of cops and correctional guys, but they can't bring them because they got to report them just like if they shoot their duty weapons. So
exactly, but I can see that you do your homework on them. You don't want anything. You don't want to try anything that has a high. It's less than lethal, but it has killed people. You want to stay away from those things.
A real example was I was going to get shot with a .38 wearing a flak jacket.
Yeah. You know what? If you would have even mentioned that online, I would have came down there and kicked your ass myself.
Yeah, I've seen plenty of people that have been hit with them. Hundreds and thousands of cops have been saved with them, but there have been a few instances where the bullet hits it just right and will ride up it.
All right, that's
and
it.
I'm not. The last thing I'm going to do is leave my wife here by herself if I can help it. So.
That's right.
But anyways, getting back to we were talking about the Japanese magazine article you did.
Yeah.
And you brought up doomsday preppers and how you're not really in this for doomsday type thing.
Absolutely not. They came to me, and one of the questions they asked me, she said, because obviously the woman who was interviewing me watched Doomsday Prepper, and she asked me, what did I think about it, right? And that was her first question. And I told her, I said, well, what I think about it, this is truly what I think about it. I think Doomsday Prepper has a lot of talented people on that show, right? They have these guys that have talent, right? They're preppers, man. I respect them. I would want them in my foxhole with me.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
But the only thing I don't like is the way they spin the people.
And the way they actually offer them more money to say things. They actually get mad when they don't follow what they want to go with.
Yeah, like, for instance, like you got that one guy who was putting the gas masks on his children.
Yeah.
Right? They love that. The networks love it. Oh, do it again. Put gas masks on them again. Oh, it's so wonderful. Your kids are running around with gas. It just, the people that are making these shows, really, I don't think they realize what Prepper's really about. It's like they really want the shock value because they know it makes ratings. We got to, call it what it is. They're there to make money, and you can't blame anybody for making money.
Absolutely.
But I can blame the people, right, for letting them do that to you, and some of the people on the show is that they made them look a little over the top, and I know these people are not like this. I know these people are good people. I know a lot of these people probably want to get the word out about prepping.
Absolutely.
In a bigger medium, right? But, it was just, I just hate that they take advantage of people like that and spin it.
I agree.
You can make a good show like that. You can make that show still would be a good show if you just kept it real, Yeah,
I agree 100%. And, I look at it, I did that news interview and, I had a camera going that the guy didn't even know about. So if they did spin me anyway, I had, at least some proof of what I tried to say. As a matter of fact,
small cookie,
as a matter of fact, when he's panning my bench and it shows all the ammo, the sports cam that's filming you is sitting there pointing right at him. He doesn't know it's on. But one of the biggest things I really, obviously they're showing the shock factor, is that when they ask these people, what are you prepping for? They won't accept a change in lifestyle. Anything that they won't accept that. They need you to narrow down to one thing.
Believe me, they showed that fireman from New York, right? And I don't know if this is rumor or not, right? But I heard that he can't even watch the show because he's so ashamed of what they did to him,
That's sad.
How they made him look. First of all, he's a fireman from New York. I don't think he's worried about a volcano.
No.
Right?
Yeah.
He was a type, and I know somebody that knew him that was talking to me about him. He said he's a great guy. This guy is a great guy. He's a fireman. He's a New York's bravest,
Yeah.
He runs to burning buildings.
Absolutely.
Right? And the way they spun him, they made him look really foolish, and he can't even watch his own show because he's ashamed of how they. This is what I'm hearing. I don't know if it's true, but this is what I'm hearing.
I believe it because just by watching that guy. I mean, now because after I saw him, then I found out by watching a YouTube interview with one of the guys, the guy that was rummaging around with the homeless in L.A.
Yeah.
He talked about his experience on there.
Yeah.
And, you know, I would not doubt that they said, what are some of the scenarios you're worried about? And he probably went through a change in lifestyle, a loss of job, you know, economy, this and that, and then just happened to mention that, and that's something that hadn't been mentioned before and is a big shock factor.
Yeah.
The dude obviously has a head on his shoulders or he wouldn't be one of the finest out there, you know? And it's really sad that they spin him like that.
And I tell you one thing, he's a big boy too, man. And if he's listening to this video, get in touch with me, give me a PM, and we'll talk. I like to have him in my park.
Absolutely,
you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, let's go off topic a little bit here. I think we beat that into the ground, but I think we agree. You're one thing that's really always interested me, and you know, eventually I hope to be able to do it. Are your little bug out bikes?
Yeah,
I love them little.
I tell you the truth, it's the bikes are my passion. You know, it's like I'm going to be having that KZ. I'm going to be doing a video on the KZ very soon. You know, I took the KZ 900, right, 1976, right. I took that project on, figuring I was going to be able to redo the whole bike myself and everything. And I would be lying to say that I did finish this project because I haven't. You know, and. The reason for it is I want the bike to come out great. You know, I could tinker around, I could build on motors and everything, but I turned the bike over to a buddy of mine, and he's redoing the whole bike for me. You know, and I'm just excited to get the bike back from him. I took the carburetors apart, I took everything apart, and then I stopped him and I said, you know what? I don't have time for this. You know, and I got a buddy that's an ace of a mechanic, right? And he's slapping, he's redoing the engine for me, he's doing everything for me. Right, I'm sending the tanks to be painted. It's going to be a real cool bike.
Right on.
Getting back to the bikes, I just love doing it. I love anything with an engine on it, with two wheels. You know, all my life I've been a motocross rider. You know, I've been a trail bike rider in enduros competitions. Right, when I was younger, I've been a street bike rider since I'm 15 years old. Nice. You know, so I just always loved the two wheels. You know?
Yeah, I think it's pretty obvious. I've ridden a bike or two in my life.
Oh yeah.
What I mainly am talking more about are your bicycles that you put the motors on.
Oh, okay.
And the first time I saw you doing that, it was one of those things that kind of made me realize, keep my eyes open and look at things and think about how that could be, because I'd seen those things running around town, all over the place. But it never clicked to me that that is the most EMP-proof vehicle out there. You can pick it up and walk around traffic. You can pick it up and walk through a creek with it, whatever.
Yeah.
And it just really made me open my eyes to looking at everything around you and thinking about how that could be beneficial. And those bikes are cool as hell, man. You're doing a hell of a job.
No, they're great. When I first got that motor, that was a while ago, and I put it on the bike. I was like little like, yeah, how fast is this thing really gonna go? How good is this gonna go? Right? And when I slapped it on, I got it all tuned up and I got it all ready to go. I tell you one thing, Low Buck, you won't push that bike to the limit because it's scary. You know,
I can imagine.
It's like you're on a bicycle frame, and I remember like opening it up one time. I was like, wow, this is crazy. It definitely has more speed than you would need, right? So my next project with that thing is, and I started working on it already. I basically got it all built. Is that I made a little trailer to trail behind it.
Now you made a preview on that, right?
Yeah, I made a quick vid on that, and I never got a chance to complete it and get it actually mounted to the bike. But this spring coming up, I'm going to get that little trailer fixed up, mounted to the bike, give it a test run because it definitely could have some pulling power too.
Nice. That's definitely something that is in my
and it's
list.
cheap. That motor you talked about, it's cheap for transportation. You're talking about the motor was like 149, and if you got a bike laying around, it's even great. But even if you buy a bike that's another $100, you're talking about $249, and you're getting a motorized vehicle, which is has the reach of maybe about 100 miles a gallon.
That's crazy. That's crazy. And
I mean, it's even more than that. They say about 160, but I never put that to the test. But
especially when you're packed down.
Yeah.
Especially if you're packed down with gear, that's gonna eat up a little bit more. And dollar wise for what you're getting, it is great.
Especially if you're on a budget and you want something that you can to zip around and everything. The only thing, like on the videos, the thing sounds really loud. But honestly, when you're riding it, it's not as loud as it sounds in the video. But I would like to see if I could make it a little quieter. You know, maybe buy another muffler and weld it on so I can have 2 chambers or something. I got to fool around with it.
Yeah. I agree completely. I think those are an amazing idea. And eventually, because I am low buck prepper or whatever, I've really got to prioritize my things, and that's a serious prep, but not one that I would use every day. So it's it's a work in progress, but eventually I hope to get a couple of those, one for me and the old lady.
Yeah.
And wow, I just slipped. I'm glad the door's shut. That's an old lady. She's a couple months younger than me, so I'm safe.
Yeah, there you go. I won't tell her.
And I'm safe because she never watches my videos, so it's all good.
Yeah. It's funny. In the beginning, you talk about that. In the beginning, my wife used to watch my video, and she used to read a lot of the comments and everything, right? It's just like she's so used to it. It's such a part of my life now, the Brooklyn Prepper thing.
Yeah.
Right? And she don't even bother anymore. She's like, I'm sick of Brooklyn Prepper.
Yeah. Yeah.
I said, all right. I said, I hope everybody else ain't, but it's funny how this whole thing just fit into my life like that,
It's crazy. It's actually changed my life in a lot of better ways. Made me look at things better. And
yeah.
It's crazy. And there is one point I just want to bring up here. It really doesn't have a lot to do with you or me, but as a community, I just watched the video while I was waiting for you, and I don't know, a lot of people might not know this guy, T Mondays. I think that's his it's T Mondays something. Younger kid. He's in the hospital right now with a brain tumor.
Really?
And he's going in for brain surgery. So whether you're a praying person or whatever your beliefs are, keep them in your thoughts and hearts. But T Monday, like I said in the comments, I will be talking to you when you get through this.
Oh yeah, I'll say a prayer for him tonight for sure.
Absolutely.
Definitely for sure.
But that's just kind of the community it is. I've only talked to him a time or two in comments and stuff like that, but the kid's got a big heart, and you can see it in his channel and what he does. And, it's like a family member that you don't ever see that often, but when you find out something's wrong, you really start thinking about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Like if I found out something happened, like to one of you guys on YouTube, and it is. It's sort of like family. It really does affect you. No matter what people say, well, you didn't even really know him. I said, you don't have to touch somebody to know them.
Absolutely.
You just, talking to people, and even if you didn't even talk to the person, even if I just watched their videos, I still know them. I still have some kind of connection towards them.
Agreed. Agreed. And even some of the guys are kind of assholes or arrogant or whatever on here. You know what? In a family, you have those type people. And you know what? If shit hit the fan, truly hit the fan, if we ran across that person, at least we both know that we got somewhat of the same type of mindset. And we could probably get along just fine. Even if we've had our druthers on YouTube,
Yeah. Yep. And then, that's something. You grow connections with a lot of people. Like you said, you don't get along with everybody in your family.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes time to everybody pulling together, you pull together.
Absolutely.
Hey, and life would be boring if we all got along anyway. Wouldn't you agree? Just picture if everybody had the same, it would be so boring. Like, I like a good fight once in a while. I like a good debate.
Absolutely.
Hey, I like somebody telling me sometimes, if you're doing something wrong, right, help me out with it. I don't like people telling me, no, do it this way. I like people adding to what I'm trying to get across, you know?
I couldn't agree with you more. I couldn't agree with you more. I've asked people, please, if you see me doing something wrong,
Yeah.
let's talk about it. I might not agree with you, but we can have a friendly debate. As long as everybody's respectful to each other,
Yeah.
I'll debate all day long, you know?
Like, what's going on is I'm doing a video. My next video is probably, I was going to try to do it this weekend, but I don't know if I'm going to have time, but I'm probably going to do it on Monday. I'm making this water system thing, right? I'm not going to give it away. But as far as I'm going to build it, I never made it before. I don't even know if it's going to work, basically, right? And if it doesn't work correctly, right? I know if it doesn't work correctly, I'm going to get 500 comments telling me how to make it work correctly.
Absolutely.
That's the beautiful thing about this whole thing, this whole prepper community.
Absolutely.
People will help you. They go out of their way to help you.
And I think that puts a point out right there that I think people that are afraid of putting up videos of failures, you really got to reconsider that, because I put up several failures and I learned from it, and from you guys and from, you know, Brooklyn and everybody else. Everybody makes a mistake. You got to learn. And the beauty of this community is that, I mean, people are out there that know what they're talking about, no matter what it is.
I like to have a mistake, because you know it's the best format to put your mistake out there, because you know you're going to get immediate help to correct that mistake.
Yep.
Right. So you know, it all depends. You know, I'm not the type of guy that doesn't, you know, that say no, I'm always right. I've never been like that in my life.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I didn't come this far in my life because I knew it all. I came this far in my life because I watched, listened, and learned. And that's it. And that's how I feel.
I can't agree with you more. There's not a person out there that can't teach me something.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I learned, my son is 10 years old, and he teaches me something every day.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So we just keep our ears open and our minds open, and you'd be surprised how much you learn.
Absolutely. You know? I can't agree more.
And judgmental on people. Just take what you could away from it and move on, you know?
Yep. Wow, man, we're almost 30 minutes in here.
Get out of here, really?
Yeah.
Hey, I always make long videos. So
I know.
This is not going to be no exception.
When I first started my channel, I was like, I'm going to try and keep them short. I don't think I've had the shortest videos I've had are of the band, you know, Vintage Sugar. And that's because it's just...
I love that song, man. That the last song, one of the songs I just listened, I commented to on
what she said.
She got some beautiful voice.
Yeah, you know? She's talented. That's my little sister in heart, man. I love that girl.
Is there anywhere we could download these songs?
They are working on a CD, and I'm, you know, just on my own. They haven't asked me to help them, but you know, she's been there through my divorce, through my bike accident, through. She was our bridesmaid at me and Kat's wedding. So I want to do anything I can to help her, and I'm trying to get. I also know the guy that built their webpage. I want to get them a donation thing set up so that they can get some CDs made and get some sales, you know, and get their name out there. And I don't want nothing out of it, and that's why the videos I make with them. You don't see my tag on it. You don't see any of my talking about Amazon or any of that crap. I just want them out there. Just like that guy, Paul Cody?
Yeah.
That dude was great, man.
Hold on a second, I'm sorry. So, well, I'm interviewing with Lonebuck, and you're on the phone. Yeah, get away.
You'll pay for that later.
Okay.
You'll pay for that later.
She didn't realize it. I know how she is. She's camera shy. She don't want to be on anything.
I was just on there, like my whole backside.
You're still on there.
What do you mean?
Wait, was you? No, I don't think they seen your backside.
I am proud to say that first time on YouTube, Lowbuck Prepper's channel has her walking behind him and her face. But I will edit that out if he wants me to.
Yeah, he can edit that out. You're talking. All right.
Anyways, yeah, but what is it, Paul Cody?
Yeah, Paul Cody. When I did when I did that song with him, he did. A lot of people came to the website he had set up, and what they did, he put the song out there free for them, right?
Yep.
But I was surprised how many people donated to it towards his song, was to thank him.
I mean,
he told me, he said he made a couple of bucks off that. You know,
I paid him $20 for the song.
Yeah.
You know,
I
because
tell
just
you, talented. Like, there's a lot of talented people out there. Hey, and if I could push somebody that has talent, hey, I'm going to push it, you know?
absolutely, I look at it this way: that if somebody could, you know, if somebody was paying me to do this YouTube thing and I could make a living off this, well, then I wouldn't work another day in my life.
And that's like
And
one thing I always wanted to say. You always hear that stuff where people say, oh, you got AdSense, you got this, you got that. So what? Why shouldn't you make money? You know, even if if you're making some change here and there, it's like some people look at you because you're making a little bit of money.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not a real prepper or something. I never understood that mentality. You know, why shouldn't you make a couple of bucks?
I think the only thing where there would be a drawback on that is if you're doing bullshit reviews, if you're, you know, not telling the truth, you're making shit up. You know, I am who I am, and I think that's pretty obvious in my videos. I show the worst and stupidest things I do. And, you know, the reviews I do, you guys see me getting a lot of products from, you know, Ron Foster, the author, and stuff like that. And I've told Ron, send me a piece of shit, something I can say something bad about, because it's looking like I'm just saying nothing but good.
Yeah. Hey, if you like something, you like something. Like, I was a little jealous when you got those stove tech stoves.
Yeah.
I was like, those are nice. You know,
Real nice.
those are nice stoves. I got to order one. You know, I got to break down when I find time. I got to order myself one of them.
They're great, man. They're really good.
I got to fool around with one of them.
But yeah, I agree with you. I think as long as you're being honest and you're not deceiving anybody, then there's nothing wrong with making some cash off of it. And if I could, you know, in any way get vintage sugar out there and somebody see him and they, you know, whatever, then man, that just makes me feel happy that I was able to help a friend.
Vintage Sugar, if you want to send me a CD of theirs and you want, you know, I like her music. I think her music. I think my wife is going to like her music also. I would be, when a CD's available, like, try to get me one. You know, even if I have to go tell me where I got to go buy it. I
already have invested a little bit of my tax refund towards their CDs, and I'll be giving away a bunch for prizes. You'll definitely get one, brother.
All right, thanks, bro. I appreciate that.
Well, we're going to go ahead and start cutting it off now, but Brooklyn, it's been an honor. I dig talking to you anytime.
It's an honor to be on your show. It's an honor that you were interested in interviewing me. I never thought I would ever be interviewed in my life, but thank you.
It's kind of wild, yeah. I appreciate it, man. And as always, you're a friend, and I can't wait until the day I get to shake your hand and have a drink with you.
Me too, bro.
All right.
Love you.
All right, guys. That right there was Brooklyn Prepper, and he's a hell of a guy. He's honest. He's straight up, and he's just doing his thing. There's so many more questions I had for him that I've kind of talked to him about on other, you know, forums, but I would have really liked to get out here. Maybe, just maybe, we'll get a part 2 on this. He's still on camera. Because I think there's a lot more that we can go into. Guys, I appreciate you watching this, and not to do the shameless plug, but like we were talking about on Making Money, if you're going to shop through Amazon, it doesn't cost you another dime, and the bonus is you get to screw Google out of a little bit of profits and help me with a little bit of my preps. So y'all, take it easy, and just don't forget to have fun and laugh. Take it easy.